Hello and welcome to the web server tutorial on the macOS High Sierra. As of this time, this will guide you through the whole process of installing a full web server with everything needed like Apache, PHP, MySQL and PHP Of course, we will not use any very few software like XAMPP, MAMP, WAMP, etc. But keep everything clean and bare. If you have installed and running out to a problem, try to undo everything. Use this to have a good start. Of course, the best way to start is to have a fresh installed Mac, but I know that's not always possible. But before you watch this video, I would strongly recommend to watch these videos here where I will try to very briefly explain that may be needed to know before even starting to install web server, like how open your website actually works. Our web server actually does, but if you are sure that you already know those things, stay here and let's get started. Okay, so for the sky itself, there will be a short written version in the description with the exact timestamp so you can read everything, and even more important, every needed downloaded link for MySQL or PHP MyAdmin will also be in the description. So let's finally begin. The nice thing with Mac is that Apache and PHP are already pre-installed, so we just need to fully activate them. For that, open a terminal window and use the command sudo apache ctl start followed by a password. This command will stop the Apache web server. Now you can open your browser and type in localhost as your address and you will get to your private web. Whether it works side will get opened. Now open your finder or library slash web server slash documents and choosing the top bar on the go window, then go to computer. Now go into next library, then web server. Now here in the documents folder you will find all the files that are hosted by a web server. Then it works site is also here in form of the index.html.end file. So if you copy paste into here, you will be able to open it to the localhost side. Now it's time to activate PHP. So in your terminal, type in sudo nano slash etc slash apache2 slash httpd.conf followed by a password. In here, scroll all the way down until you go to the load module section and search for the line saying load module PHP 5 plus 5 plus. Updated version might be on the scroll module. Once you found it, delete the hashtag in front of the line and save the file with Ctrl O and Ctrl X to exit. What you have just done is configuring the Apache server to activate and use the PHP module, thus basically just activating PHP. And now restart your web server with the command sudo apache ctl restart. Okay, now we want to make sure that the web server will always use PHP file first in the case you have two different index files. For that, user can command sudo nano slash etc slash apache2 dot slash httpd.conf and scroll again down for all the way until you get here into the directory index section starting ef module. Here at the behind the directory index and just before the index.html add index.php. This will make sure that if you open up the URL localhost, your site will first search for the index.php and then for the index.html file. Now again, restart your Apache with the command sudo apache ctl restart. So now to the documents folder is by default restricted for normal users and many people have no idea to make it modifiable. So we do that now together. In your finder, go to one folder back, right click your documents folder and choose get info Now expand the time sharing and permission section and click on the small log on the lower right corner and confirm with a password. Now you can change the privilege of everyone to read and write. And close to window. This will now give you permission to add and delete files and folders within the document folder. You can test it by deleting the contents which are already in the folder because they are never used anyway. So now we can test our PHP by typing into the terminal sudo nano /library /web server /documents /index.php and typing in this line of code, and then save everything with Ctrl+O and close with Ctrl+X. Now we can see that we added a PHP file into the documents folder called index.php with the PHP code, which will then show us the information about our PHP version. Of course, you can now delete the old PHP HTML file cause you don't need this all. If you now refresh your localhost ID, it will display the PHP site with like already set the PHP information. Please keep in mind that your browser may have cached the old index file and still shows that one. In that case, just delete your browser history and clear cache and refresh everything. Okay, so now Apache and PHP are running. So coming to MySQL. To do so, open your tab in browser and download MySQL link in the description. In here, agree to cookie stuff and scroll down to download section. You can choose now to different bunch of versions, but take the last one called DMG archive and click on download. Now you will be redirected to login, but you have also the skip after finish install it everything with your password. But keep in mind, don't close the window cause on this window you will get the first admin password. Copy it and paste it to text edit. Then you can close, then go to terminal, type in sudo mkdir/var/mysql and then sudo ln -s slash tmp/mysql.sock/var/mysql/mysql.sock. Just like that I did. This will create a short link for MySQL, which is needed for phpMyAdmin. Now you open your system preferences and in the down you can now see the MySQL icon. Open it and start, then close window anyway as of the first time started. Here with the start button and close the window. Now to test MySQL server, go back to the terminal and type cd/usr/local/mysql/bin followed by sudo./mysql-u root-p. Now terminal will ask for MySQL password. Copy and paste the MySQL password where you have saved. Then click enter. OK. So now you are in MySQL. So we know that the server works perfectly, but to make future use easier, we quickly change the admin password with. So come back to terminal and type in alter user root @localhost identified by password. Here in place of password, you can type anything you like to put your password. The word password replaced with the password that you want to use in the future, so adjust it to your needs. For the whole command keeps in mind that quotation marks are needed, so make it easy for yourself and just copy paste everything from the description below. And once that's also done, we can now exit the program with the command exit and start installing phpMyAdmin. For the start, by going on the phpMyAdmin website link in the description and click on download. Once done, drag zip file into our documents folder and extract it. Rename the folder, explain simply phpMyAdmin. That's where you can later on access with exactly that name. Now go back to your terminal and type in cd slash library slash web server slash documents to get back to your web server folder, and then cd phpMyAdmin to get into the phpMyAdmin folder. Now we need to create a config folder, so type in sudo mkdir config and give it some rights with sudo chmod o plus x config. Now in your browser, go to localhost slash phpMyAdmin slash setup. Here we have to click on new server and then go into the authentication tabs and type in MySQL administrator password, which we changed earlier. In my case, it was the case password. So type it into the second input box and click apply. Then download, then drag the configuration file into phpMyAdmin folder. Now we can go to localhost slash phpMyAdmin and log in with the username, root and password that you have chosen. So now we have basically a fully operational web server with Apache, PHP, MySQL and phpMyAdmin up and running and ready for the development. So and this was done for everything for this tutorial. Thank you.